And with a fire in East Nashville. It was so intense, firefighters could see the flames from the downtown side of the river. Those flames critically burned an elderly man as he worked to save his wife. News Channel 5's Chris Cannon is on Lawrence Street where it all happened. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Amy. And firefighters tell us the man who was injured was actually up and walking around when they arrived on the scene, but he had some pretty bad burns, so they quickly put him in an ambulance and rushed him to Vanderbilt. And you can see the house behind me is really damaged here. And take a look at this video and you'll see exactly why. The flames were so intense. Like Amy said, firefighters could see them for quite a way around when they got here. Now, the district chief tells us the elderly man was hurt trying to help his wife get out of that burning home. It took firefighters a while to knock down those flames because they spread to a back garage, even to the neighbors' cars. Right now, the back of the house looks like it has the most damage.
Said he was up walking around when he first got here, when we first got here, and we was able to get him in the ambulance pretty quick, get him transported, and but he was in critical condition.
And the victim's wife was also taken to the hospital. We still don't have the names of the couple. The fire department has not released those yet. As far as an investigation into this, that has already started. They're looking to see exactly what caused this fire. We are live in East Nashville. Chris Cannon, News Channel 5 HD.
Chris, thank you. And also new this morning, another blaze, this one at a duplex on Richardson Avenue down in Murfreesboro in Rutherford County. When firefighters arrived, they found the front of the home just engulfed in flames. Luckily, 5 adults and 9 kids all made it out okay. No one was injured. Several animals also had to be rescued, including a hedgehog, a hamster, a couple of cats. 5 dogs were in the backyard. They were okay. There are still 5 cats, though, that have not yet been accounted for.
2 UT football players are off the team amid a sexual assault investigation. Vols linebacker A.J. Johnson and defensive back Michael Williams are suspended from all team-related activities. According to our partners at WVLT, the move comes after an ongoing investigation into the alleged assault. No criminal charges have been filed, but back in February of this year, linebacker Johnson was charged with resisting arrest and providing alcohol to minors.
The victim at the center of the Vanderbilt rape case was not given a date rape drug. That's according to the toxicology results that News Channel 5 obtained. Those tests came back negative for GHB and rohypnol. How that now plays into the trial, well, that still remains to be seen. It's possible the defense could argue the victim was conscious and possibly consented to sexual relations. However, she told police she drank heavily that night and doesn't remember a thing. The trial is set for January, but that could now be delayed since we've learned the defense attorneys are expected to ask now for a sequestered jury.
Williamson County will not be renaming winter break after Christmas. Some board members wanted to change the name to Christmas and New Year holiday break. Supporters of the change argue Christmas is a federal holiday and should be recognized. Several parents asked not to use the word Christmas because it doesn't cover all the kids in the district. After a lengthy discussion, board members agreed to stick with winter break.
That is the purpose for doing this. It is the Christian agenda. And it doesn't, and I am a strong Christian, but it has no place in a public school setting.
This is not my making. This is something that we have had in this country for years and years and years. It's just asking that you respect the laws of this land.
Board members also voted to make some other changes to the calendar. The first mid-semester break will now be called fall break. The second mid-semester break will be called spring break. And all state and federally recognized holidays will be listed on the calendar, even if school is not in session or is in session on those days. A Williamson County commissioner could face charges for bringing a gun on school property. Sheriff says Barb Sturgeon had a weapon in her purse during the board's work session last week. That meeting was held at the County Support Services building. FranklinHomepage.com says Sturgeon holds a legal carry permit for the gun. We're told the district attorney will decide if any further action should be taken.
Legislation now in the works to yank the plug on Common Core. Senate Education Committee Chair Dolores Gresham and the Government Operations Committee Chair Mike Bell filed that measure yesterday, so a couple of heavy hitters there. It includes repealing the state's controversial Common Core standards. The governor tells us he's not surprised, but still committed to reviewing the pros and cons of the standards.
I've always said it's not about what we call the standards, okay? So let's talk about what the standards are. And my commitment is to make certain that we have the very best standards we can. So, you know, what you call them shouldn't matter. What they are should matter. And that's what I'm committed to.
Governor Haslam launched a website earlier this month to get some feedback on Common Core. You can find that on our website. Just go to news links.
A $30 million facelift is coming to Hillsborough High. Options for renovating the school were discussed last night at a community meeting. A school spokesperson says they want to hear from parents before spending that kind of money. The meeting is one of a series that Metro officials want to have discussing the future of Hillsborough and Hillwood high schools.
Big basketball news to share with you this morning. Nashville will be hosting some NCAA tournament games in 2018. The city will host first and second round games of the men's basketball tournament. 8 teams will be playing at Bridgestone Arena March 15th through the 17th of 2018. It's going to be the 5th time the NCAA men's basketball tournament has been played here in Nashville. And good news there. And of course, you know, the Convention Visitors Bureau has always said we need more hotel rooms downtown to bring in some of these big events. And that's going to be after some of those big hotels do open.
Good. We'll have room for everybody.
There you go.
Sounds good. All right.